This is absolutely crazy. We now have a top baseball source connecting the Dodgers once again to Luis Robert Jr. and James Outman on the way out. We get into all that. Also, the Dodgers drop their series against the Cubs. What went wrong? We get into all that in this edition of Dodgers Digest. Hey, it's Mike Nelson. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. I want to thank the 45% of you, the ones who are watching these videos who've already hit the sub button. But 54% you have not subscribed yet. I don't know why. Make sure to subscribe to the best Dodger channel out there. We're bringing you everyday content, weekly live streams, watch-alongs. You're not going to find like this anywhere else on YouTube. So make sure to subscribe and like this video and share it as well to all your, favorite Dodger friends. Let's get into this pretty crazy report from Bob Nightingale. That's right, the Dodgers and White Sox have discussed a blockbuster trade involving Luis Robert Jr. and James Outman. Yeah, James Outman, not Andy Pajes. Of course, Andy Pajes is probably on the trade block, especially now with him not playing tonight, and eventually might even get phased out of the lineup. Who knows? But James Outman, in this latest report from Bob Nightingale, the Dodgers discussed a potential trade with the Chicago White Sox for center fielder Luis Robert Jr., according to MLB insider Bob Nightingale. Now, Bob Nightingale works for the USA Today. This guy doesn't mess around. He is clearly a reliable baseball source. We're not making this up. This guy knows what he's talking about. And he's mentioned it today in his article for the USA Today, his weekly column that he writes for the USA Today, kind of talking about different rumors and storylines. He wrote that this is a deal that's been discussed with the Dodgers and the White Sox. The White Sox would be getting James Outman and a top Dodgers prospect. He didn't name which one, but who knows? Could be Dalton Rushing. It's hard to know exactly who it is, but I'm sure it's somebody very good. And James Outman's name has now been officially named in a trade rumor, which cannot come as a surprise. I mean, come on, we talked about this for weeks, months, that James Outman had to prove himself during spring training if he really wanted to have a shot, a clear role on the Dodgers team. Right now, he doesn't have a role on this team. He's in AAA, right? James Outman at this time does not have a consistent role with the LA Dodgers. It's that simple. So James Outman, it's a professional team. This is Major League Baseball. If you're not contributing to a team on a regular basis, or if you're not even with the team, if you're not even on the roster, then that means you're tradable. And James Outman is clearly a tradable player that I think the Dodgers should consider trading if they're not going to use him anymore. Why have him in AAA when he could be somewhere else and the Dodgers could be getting a elite Major League talent in Luis Robert Jr., who maybe might be struggling right now, struggled last year, but 2 years ago, this guy was the real deal, and I would like to have a player like that on this team, right? So what's going on exactly? Well, heading into the season, there was two positions the Dodgers had cemented, right? Second base and center field. Dodgers could use Tommy Edman at either position, plays mostly at second. However, he did fill in center field with Andy Pajes struggling to play, like today, right? Edman was a center fielder. Andy Pajes did not play today. Miguel Rojas played second base tonight against the Cubs. So that might be more of a possibility. But Rojas, I don't know, him as an everyday player at his age, and he doesn't contribute enough, I think, at the plate for the Dodgers to consider Rojas as an everyday player. He just doesn't. He never has. He's never been a consistent hitter for the Dodgers. It's more about his glove and his leadership. But to have him in the lineup every single day, I think just seems a bit far-fetched at this point, and I just don't think that's possible. The Dodgers resume trade talks with Chicago. The arrival route would likely secure an everyday center fielder, which I think the Dodgers would like to have because Andy Pajes is that everyday center fielder. He is the guy that's been playing the most for the Dodgers at that position, but he hasn't delivered offensively. Now, Robert is off to a slow start this season, hitting 178. He has one home run, 4 RBI so far, which obviously is not very good. So there might be some people out there that says, no, we don't need this guy. He strikes out a lot, whatever. But here's my opinion. I think the Dodgers got to pull the trigger. I think if they get an opportunity to make this trade, which I don't think they will at this time, sure, they might be talking about it. It might be discussed. Bob Nightingale already said it's been discussed. Bob Nightingale has, predicted a lot of stuff correctly in the past when it comes to Major League Baseball trades and free agency signings. So I trust what he's writing this morning for the USA Today. So this is already being discussed between the Dodgers and White Sox, right? It's being discussed. It's a possible trade. It's a trade that both teams seem to be interested in, but it is early April, right? It is a bit early. And obviously the White Sox are going to see a little bit more of what Robert Jr. can do. And also, you never know, there might be a better offer. I mean, the White Sox are not obligated to trade Robert Jr. to the Dodgers. There hasn't been any report that says Robert Jr. wants to play for the Dodgers or anything like that. So I'm sure he's available to any other ball club that offers a good package for him. That's just it. I mean, if there's another team out there that offers a better deal for Luis Robert Jr., the White Sox are going to take it. They're not going to hesitate. But the Dodgers, this is the best they can offer, right? James Outman, a top prospect. Maybe you cross out James Outman and put Andy Pajes, but the way he's playing right now, I don't know if the White Sox would be interested in him. They might be more interested in James Outman, a player that has upside, that had a great Rookie of the Year 2 years ago, a full season that he played well. Sure, he really tailed off last year, and this year, not even with the ball club, had a bad spring training. So, maybe his trade value maybe is a bit higher right now than Andy Pajes. That's a reality, right? I don't know what everybody thinks out there, but most likely James Outman's trade value at this time is a bit higher than Andy Pajes right now. So if that is the case, he's the best they can offer, along with the top prospect, and we got ourselves a trade. So I think the Dodgers got to pull the trigger. What does everybody think? I think, got to seriously consider making a trade for an everyday center fielder that's going to contribute all the way through to hopefully another World Series championship. Now, the Dodgers have had a rough couple days. Had their worst loss in franchise history on Saturday night at home, 16-0. Tonight, they lose 4-2 to the Cubs, dropped to 11-6 now. They've lost 3 series, lost, a series against the Phillies, to the Nationals, and now the Cubs. They lost their first series at home in this young 2025 season. It's a lot. It's concerning. We are concerned. I think Dodger fans have to be concerned at this time. And I'm not concerned at all about the pitching. I think I know there's some people out there that are concerned about the bullpen, but I'm confident these guys are going to turn it around because they're the best bullpen in baseball. They literally won us a World Series. Let's not forget that. This bullpen won us a World Series last year, so we can't completely write them off. And they have more acquisitions. They added to this bullpen to make it even better. So, sure, they have struggled. They struggled the last couple nights, but let's not completely bash them yet. And Tyler Glasnow was solid tonight. Let's not criticize Glasnow. He made a couple mistakes, but he was solid through and through. I think he was great. Here's what the big problem with the Dodgers is right now. The big issue with the Dodgers is their offense. The offense has been flat. Shohei Ohtani went 0 for 5 today. I mean, Ohtani has had a lot of offers in this early season, and that's not going to help the Dodgers in any way. The leadoff hitter keeps getting out. I mean, that's not going to help the Dodgers win. Teoscar Hernández went 0 for 4 today. That was a struggle. Kike Hernandez getting a lot of playing time and once again going 1 for 4. He has struggled at the plate. Sure, he's had his moments. He had an RBI single, but outside of that, wasn't much there. Rojas 0 for 3. A lot of offers in the lineup. Betts 1 for 3. So things just are not clicking right now for the Dodgers offensively. And I think Ohtani is the one guy we have to single out. I am not sure if this guy is not 100%. I know he's doing bullpen once a week. I don't know if that's taken something out of him, because he's not the same hitter at times that he was last year. I don't know what everybody thinks out there, but Ohtani does not look like the same guy that we saw during the regular season at this time. He just doesn't. I don't know if it's still the shoulder that's bothering him since the World Series. He got hurt, and we know the numbers really went down after that, after he injured that shoulder. And, Ohtani has had some moments of greatness in this season, but it has, like today, it was a struggle. The last couple of days, it's been a struggle for Ohtani. So that's a bit concerning, his health. He's pitching. How does that all affect him? We're going to have to talk about that as the season goes along. Make sure to tune in tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern. We got the live Monday morning Dodgers live stream here on Dodgers Digest. We're going to be doing that all season long, so make sure to tune in. As always, make sure to subscribe, and let's go Dodgers. Woo!